I've been trying out a bunch of amp sims lately, and occasionally a tube screamer was missing or things just weren't working the way that I wanted. And I had one of these genius ideas that I was like, why haven't I done this sooner? Now this here is the JHS Bonsai Tube Screamer pedal. Now if you're unfamiliar with this one, inside of here there's 9 Tube Screamer circuits. This is not digital algorithm stuff, there's actually 9 analog circuits cleverly packed inside of this one pedal. You know, as JHS say, this is exact replication, not emulation. I'll leave a link to the JHS info so you can read up on all the different Tube Screamer modes because they explain things well with timelines and everything. But at a glance, the OD1, which is based off the 77 Boss OD1 overdrive pedal. The 808 is an Ibanez 808, which was also the OG Tube Screamer. The TS9 is an Ibanez TS9 pedal. The MSL is the Ibanez Metal Screamer pedal. The TS10 is based off the Ibanez TS10 pedal. The XR is a replica of a Polish XR Tube Screamer pedal. The TS7 is the hot mode from an Ibanez TS7 pedal. The Keeley Mod Plus is based on the Keeley Tube Screamer mod. And lastly, the JHS Strong mod is JHS's circuit and take on the Tube Screamer. You can also see this in their Series 3 Tube Screamer pedal. But like I said, I'll leave a link to all of that in the video description below. So why am I telling you this? Where's all this going? Well, I tried so much guitar software, and you know, Company 1's emulation of a Tube Screamer might be different from Company 2's emulation to a Tube Screamer. So for a bunch of reasons, a lot of the time I was actually just reaching for this real JHS Bonsai pedal, and I was running this directly into my interface, and from there I would obviously hit many different types of amp sims from different companies. The boost that I was getting out of this was sort of a constant, and I just knew that this link in the chain was solid, if that makes sense. So at some point I was like, I just wish I had this exact pedal as a standalone plugin. You know, it's what I'm doing in the real world, so if a plugin existed, I'd use that all the time. And then I was like, if only I could do that. If only I could capture this pedal and put it on my computer. Oh wait, we can do this with Neural Amp Modeler. Now if you're not familiar with NAMM or Neural Amp Modeler, then maybe you've been living under a rock, but it's kind of like a Kemper, Quad Cortex, Tone X, except this NAMM platform is open source and completely free. There's tons of cool stuff to check out there. I'll leave some links below in the description. I've captured these myself. I personally know they're up to scratch. My capturing chain's good. I know they've been captured to a 13 dBu spec, which is exactly what my interface uses. There's no gain staging guesswork when I hit these captures. Whereas if I use random captures or plugins with random input gain specs, it just adds a question mark into the mix where there really doesn't need to be. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll leave a link to a bunch of videos about plugins and input levels, because that's not what this video is about, but it's certainly something worth checking out. Now I've just uploaded this pack to Tone Hunt, so go download it, play around with whatever amp sim you want. That's the whole point of this pack. It's completely free. There's no charge or anything. It's just something that's been super handy for my own use, so I figured you guys probably get some mileage out of it as well. Alright, enough talking. Let's pull up Reaper and I'll show you how it all works. Alright, so I've just loaded up Reaper here. I've launched Neural Amp Modeler. I've pointed it to my pack that you're going to download. And once you open it up, you'll see all the different captures here. So there's basically 2 different modes, neutral and boost. Now neutral is the drive or the gain is completely down, tone in the middle, and the volume is at noon. So no extra volume boost or anything. I call this a neutral position. And then the boost is exactly the same thing, so the tone is at noon. Still no drive or gain added, but the boost is with the volume all the way up. I thought about this when I was making this pack, and I didn't want to make 50, 60, 70 different captures. This is really the meat and potatoes. Maybe I could add 1 or 2 more, but times 9, the pack just really blows out. So I think this is going to do you well. If you want to see more, maybe leave it in the comments below, some feedback, maybe I can do that. But I really think this is going to give you the most lateral movement with the least amount of captures. Alright, so I've just loaded up Fortin Nameless here. I've turned off the drive, so no grind, no hex drive there. We're going to use, obviously, the JHS Bonsai pack here. So let's take a listen to the patch with no boost pedal at all. So this neutral 808, let's turn it on. We shouldn't hear too much of a boost. We just want to hear the tube screamer thing. And turn it off. So having the tube screamer there, it just gives it a bit of cut, a bit of low end cut, a bit of a push, just does the tube screamer thing. It makes high gain sound better generally most of the time. Alright, let's play it with no boost pedal, then the neutral, and then I'll flick it onto the boost and we'll hear the differences between neutral and boost. So once again, the no boost pedal. honestly, 90% of the time I run the boost mode here. I just crank the volume on all the tube screamers. Awesome stuff. And once you're in this turf, you can choose from all the different boost modes. Say go to 808, that's great. Let's try out the TS7. So that's the gist of it. That's how easy it is to pair things up with an amp sim. All right, let's take a look at another one. So Mercuriall amp box here, the 6163, the 5153 stealth amp. Now they have a boost in here. So let's compare the JHS Bonsai boost through NAM versus the inbuilt modeling boost that they have there. So all boosts are off at the moment. Yep. And let's take a listen to the tone. And we'll use the boost 808. I just switched that on. So fat, so much sustain. So we'll turn that off and use their boost. It's hard for me to hear the exact sonic characteristics while I'm playing things. Maybe if I was going back and mixing, I'd be able to hear things a little bit better. But, you know, at a glance, they're both doing the tube screamer thing. And this goes back to why I created the pack, is because I want to have a constant when I try these things out. There's no doubt that 808 is a great 808, but every amp sim is going to have a slightly different 808. At least if I use my captures constantly with different amp sims, I kind of know that they're going to do the same kind of thing across the board. All right, one last little try that we got here. So we've got the ENGL Savage Mark II suite from Softube. And then I've got my neural amp modeler pedal ready to go. So this is with no boost. I've turned off the included boost here. Let's take a listen to the tone coming out of this. Sounds a little bit dorky, but I'm purposely not messing with the IRs or anything. I just want everything at default pretty much. I gave it some presence, some treble. I knew the boost was coming. That's why things were going to sound a lot better. So let's chuck the 808 boost in front of it and see how it goes. Man, you can just tell when you take that boost off, that low end is just so saggy or limp or something. It needs a kick in the pants to really tighten things up. Let's play around with some other different boosts here. So this is the JHS mode. A lot more low end on that Keeley one. Heaps of bass on that one on the TS10. Even more on the TS7. Honestly, I think my ears are just so in tune with the 808. I really like the XR and the 808. They seem to be the two modes. So let's just try the XR. Remember, this is not about the amp sim. We're just really testing out the NAM captures. Some of the sounds are a little bit fugly, but that's, to be dialed in. Especially this one, I would start with the IR first, get the EQ sounding right. But like I said, the whole point is just to test out the captures in different software. So there we have it. That's my NAM capture pack, the JHS Bonsai. I will certainly be using it. The whole reason I created it was to be a functional tool around here. Hopefully get a lot of good mileage out of it. Each of the captures are 400 epochs. I'll leave the links down below. 13 dBu, all standardized, so make sure you calibrate your setup to make sure it works. And if you start using these captures on the regular, let me know how they go for you. Everything should hold up fine. I'm very confident in the technology, but if you have any problems with it, leave me a comment, join Discord, just whatever, reach out, and we can work something out. But I'm sure you're going to have a great time with it, and I hope you all enjoy it as much as I do. That's it for today. If you have any questions or comments about anything in the video, let me know below. As always, thanks so much for watching through to the end of the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff helps. And to take you away today, I've dipped into the vault of yesteryear. Let's do some riffs.